So I have two rules for my YouTube videos. No drama, no politics. I'm about to break one of them rules for this video. Let's talk about it. So what is up, YouTube? It's RSMario here, bringing you another Pokemon video. Yep, another Pokemon video. I would love some Zelda, Fire Emblem, anything. Can we get some kind of information, please, Nintendo-sama? Please. But we're gonna do another Pokemon video here. And honestly, I'm not really that mad about the Pokemon videos, because this is like one of my favorite parts of the lead into Pokemon games. Is all the leaks and the rumors and the speculations, and I like that because I like to talk about Pokemon. But you know, I would love to talk about Fire Emblem too. But so what we got going on here is, of course, Centro Pokemon leaks and the Chinese leaker have a wee bit of drama over leaks. What else would they be fighting over? Of course, if you want more videos from me, like, comment, subscribe, and do all that kind of stuff that YouTube would like you to do. Hit the bell, you know what I'm saying? Share the video, follow me on Twitter. Might as well throw all that stuff in there too. Now let's get down to the meat and potatoes, what's happening here. So, Centro Pokemon Leaks is a kind of a known Pokemon leaker. They've been leaking Pokemon stuff for a while. The biggest leak I've ever covered, other than the G-Force leak, was the Pokemon leak of all the Galar Pokemon back when Swish or Sword and Shield was getting ready to come out. And I got most of those from Centro Pokemon leaks. So I kind of trust them, you know what I'm saying? Of course, I mean, I don't know who their sources are, but I trust them. And the Chinese leaker has been pretty reliable ever since he started leaking weird riddles. You know, he essentially also leaked the Galar Dex, but not like all the pictures, but he used riddles in order to do it. Like, Centro Pokemon leaks just had straight up pictures and everything. So there's drama between the two. And now I'm not quite sure what happened with Centro Pokemon leaks, because at least in like when I've been kind of trolling through Reddit, like people seem to have really turned on him. And I was like, whoa, they don't like Centro. Like, that's okay. I don't know. I think it could have been the Switch Pro stuff, because he did kind of dip his toes into the Switch Pro leak rumor mill type of situation, and that was right around the time OLED came out and all that stuff turned out to be wrong. Or did it? But yeah, so of course what's going on is essentially there's beef between these two, because this particular leak right here is what Centro leaked earlier this month, and it's 6 emojis. One of them is like a bicep and a baby. The other one is a kimono and a ghost, and the last one is a moth and the moon. And now the Chinese leaker, possibly sometime before this, leaked this picture, which essentially is, you know, it's what's that chick's name? It's the chick from Love Live. I can't remember her name, but it's a chick from Love Live, all ripped and muscled up. There is a ghost chick in a kimono, and there is a moth in the moon. Almost exactly what Centro did. The only difference is Centro used emojis and he used the typical Riddler weird pictures. So of course, you know, the Riddler and a lot of other people are saying that Centro stole this leak from him, and they basically like he essentially in so many words, the Chinese leaker called Centro a joke or a clown. And I was like, oh, it's getting crazy in Leakville. And so essentially, of course, Centro really hasn't responded that I know of, at least not the Chinese leaker directly. He's just continued on, you know, talking about other things and other leaks, saying that he had some information that there was going to be DLC on the game in 2022, which I can kind of understand, you know, because the game comes out so early. They definitely want something for the holiday season. So I can definitely see that that's feasible. Now, is that a leak? I mean, again, you know how we do around here. You know what I'm saying? We have our sponsor for stuff like that. Salt, protecting people from unflavored food, wounds, and unsubstantiated internet rumors from 4chan for thousands of years. Take a little bit of salt to keep you from being salted. So, take it with a grain of salt. We don't really know if it's true or not, but it's very feasible though. The other thing here is that sources. So, of course, I mean, they've both been leaking for a while. They could be getting their information from the same source or very similar sources. I mean, because technically we all just kind of regurgitate information anyway. I mean, unless I wrote the list or the video myself, usually I'm getting this information from somebody else, and I usually cite that person unless I don't know what the source was. So, always cite your sources, people. So let's analyze this a little bit. So now there are two possible things that they could be referencing here. Both of them are related to the starters of Pokemon Legends Arceus. Now, the major rumor that everybody thinks is that these are referencing each one of the starter Pokemon's final evolutions, and that each one of them will be unique Hisuian versions of the final Evos, which I think is actually pretty cool. And I'm actually working on a follow-up list to my, 8 Pokemon that need a Hisuian version, which you can check that out in the card above. But I'm working on another version of that list where I have some different versions of the starter Evos myself. But so the first one being the Biceps and the baby, or the swollen chick from Love Live. I think that one is reference to Rowlet, because the chick from Love Live, her name translates into Little Bird in Japanese. So of course Little Bird references Rowlet, and technically they've been referencing her. They've been putting those two together in memes for a while because they both have a very similar color scheme. They've been doing this ever since Rowlet was announced, so it could be a reference to Rowlet, and maybe that Rowlet's final evolution will be grass fighting, which kind of makes sense because he's an archer. I never understood the ghost typing. Like, I think it was a reference to like Hawaiian culture in some way, but I was like, okay, but why is he a ghost? The other one is, of course, the kimono and the girl, or the girl ghost. And so this one is said to be a reference to Ashu, or Samurai, the final evolution. And this one kind of works too, because technically Samurai was supposed to be Samurai and Otter, but also rotting Samurai, because he's got like pieces of armor left, but not completely armored. And his shell was supposed to be like the pieces of armor from a rotting Samurai, which was interesting, but it would work better if he was a ghost type, because, he's dead. You know what I'm saying? So, and of course, the last one is Moon and Moth. This is the hardest one because I have no idea what any of that has to do with Typhlosion. The only thing I can think of is maybe a stout. Stouts are weasels, and weasel is usually seen as a mischievous, deceptive creature. So a stout, you know what I'm saying, like a dark type, so Moon's out at night. Typhlosion, dark type, stout, weasel, dark fire type, maybe. And actually that would kind of work, because one would be grass fighting, one would be water ghost, and one would be fire dark. They can still kind of play off of each other with the typings. So, what do you guys think? I was going to do the stuff about BDSP, but honestly, it's important, but it's not that important. XP share, they're going back to the old school TMs. Like, it really making this feel like old school platinum out this piece. But yeah, what do you think? Of course, like, comment, subscribe, and as always, folks, keep it real.